My name is Mike. Welcome back to Get It Garage. I've been looking at some wheel spacers for the GTI, and I really want some, but I don't have a lot of extra cash right now. So I'm going to show you guys how you might be able to make some wheel spacers for any car for free or next to free. So we're just going to cut the lip off of an old rotor that we had for the back of this car, and we're going to check it out and see if we can get it looking really good and try and mock it up on the car. Don't recommend doing this. This is just for entertainment purposes to see if we can do it. I don't recommend you try it. If you do try it, please be safe when you do it. But this is not a recommendation. This is just for fun. So we're going to try it, and we'll be right back. Alright, in case anyone was wondering how I marked this out, I just have a cheap pair of calipers on here to get the distance, and then I just marked it in the rust around the outside. This is just rough right now until I can get the major part of the metal off of here, and then we'll grind it down and make it finished.
See what we got here.
Looks like a wheel spacer to me. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit in here, but I say we're well on our way to at least having our first one. Now, it's not super wide. This is only about 5 or 6 millimeters, but it'll get you started. Clean this up a little bit and see what we got. Everybody says you need a nice grinder. This thing is 10 years old, Ryobi. Still works. Use whatever tools you got or can afford. You don't need $200 grinder if you only use it once in a while. Not quite yet, but we're getting there. There isn't really much of a lip left. I just got really close. Still got to take a little bit more meat off the edges. But I think this might work.
Looking like it might.
Looking like it might. Looks pretty decent if you ask me. A little bit more cleaning up maybe. I think I'll use a file or a Dremel maybe to touch it up a little bit. But we'll clean it up a little more and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to take this to the belt sander, table belt sander, because that file was taking way too long. It's got a nice flat surface underneath here, so we got to get it nice and flat. We got it all nice and cleaned up. There's no more lip on the edge anywhere. Everything is nice and smooth and flush. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm trying to show you. Yeah, it looks actually pretty good. Backside still looks like the rotor. It's the inside of it where we cut it off. That's cleaned up a little bit, and maybe we'll throw a little bit of paint on it before we try and put it on the car. Alright, so we're going to put this spacer on. First you're going to want to do is take off your set screw, because we're going to need that to hold the spacer in place. So we're going to put the spacer, line it all up. Spacer. And then we'll just tighten the set screw down, hold it while I put the tire on. You want to make sure that it's centered on your rotor so it's not misbalanced or anything.
And that's it. And just put your wheel back on.
You guys know how to do this, I hope, if you're looking at wheel spacer videos.
But this may not work for every car. So
it may work better for other cars. On Volkswagens you have lug bolts. So if you have lug studs and nuts on your car, then it might just sit on there a little bit easier than on this particular vehicle. So you may not need the wheel studs. Looks good.
Alright, and we'll set it back down. I mean, it's not super aggressive, but it definitely makes a difference.
Alright guys, so as you can see, you can make your own wheel spacers just by cutting off the flat portion on your rotor or drum, whatever you have on the back of your car. You can do it on the front too. I do recommend getting longer wheel studs on Volkswagens. They want at least 6.5 turns of thread before it bottoms out. So you're going to want to make sure that you have longer studs for this job, because I'm not going to drive my car like this, and neither should you. But if you get longer studs, feel free. I'm sure it'll be fine. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe.